today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. The San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in at 15-0, one win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Kicker Jake Moody's got it teed up, and we are underway now from Santa Clara. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week. But all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake. Franklin under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Franklin. This one goes underneath to Walker, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They begin on the ground with Garendo. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. He'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So still a scoreless game in the 1st, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian Watson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strength like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Franklin. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's taken on the 25. A great return there of 22 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Here's Garendo on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 2nd and 13. Sliding out of the pocket. This is caught inside the 15. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Garendo. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Isaac Garendo. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the 49ers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in. And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Franklin got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks. Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3. And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone. Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Garendo. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly. And rode him right out of bounds. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise. Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. He's got his target. That's complete. fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of
and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Isaac Guerrero with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners take a 3-touchdown lead. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
An extra point try now for Moody. And it is now 21-0. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Franklin. And that one too wide and incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw again. Smith and Jigba with the grab. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Here's a throw, and now a fumble. The ball's out, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 58 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That complete to Shorter. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again.
19 tight.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That is caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Isaac Guerrero on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to add on to their first-half lead. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays, and a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out. back to the 25.
And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive. Franklin. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Franklin. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. This time they stay on the ground.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
They'll throw now on the final play.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
This is intercepted.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Down the sideline he goes. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Another try for Garendo.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
93 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That went into the hands of Tony downfield.
A gain there of 21 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Flushed out right. And this is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian Watson.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Niners open the lead up to 34-0. Boy, another score, this lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. On first down, Franklin throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Franklin. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. Franklin. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 18. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 more on that one and another first. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll try the middle with Garindo. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him. Back to throw.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jordan. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This ball deep for Tony. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they got this game well in hand.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down. Franklin.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kevin Farley.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time. Back to throw here. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Looking to throw. Franklin. This is Fant on the short completion. The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. And Walker has it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
142 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
They'll set up to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Amani Hooker.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. Back to throw. Franklin.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Franklin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. This is caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 2nd and 6. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
This ball deep for Tony.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now Moody for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Franklin.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The Seahawks send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. pulled in at the 24.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the 49ers, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.